Hello and welcome back to MotiveX English, the podcast where we talk about interesting topics to help you learn English in a natural and fun way. I'm your host, Leo.
And I'm Sophia. It's great to be with you all again. We're so happy you're joining us for another conversation.
Yes, welcome. So, Sophia, today we have a very big topic, a billionaire topic.
Very funny, Leo. But yes, you are right. Our topic today is billionaires. It's a word we hear all the time, in the news, in movies, in books. But what does it really mean? And what do people think about billionaires?
It's a simple word, but a very complex idea. So, in this episode, we will talk about it. We will use simple English, we will explain new words, and we will share our opinions. Our goal is to help you, our listeners, improve your English vocabulary and listening skills.
Perfect. So, let's start with the very basics. Leo, what is a billionaire? Can you explain?
Of course, it's very simple. A billionaire is a person who has a net worth of at least 1 billion units of a currency. So, for example, $1 billion or 1 billion euros.
Okay, stop right there. Net worth, currency. For our beginner learners, that might be too fast. Let's break it down. Let's start with currency. What is currency, Leo?
Yes, good point. Thank you, Sophia. Currency is the money a country uses. For example, in the United States, the currency is the US dollar. The currency in Europe is the euro. In Japan, it is the yen. In the UK, it is the pound. So currency is money.
Excellent. So a billionaire has 1 billion units of that money. Now, the next term you used was net worth. This is a very important idea. Net worth is the total value of everything a person owns minus everything they owe. So it's not just cash in the bank.
Exactly. If I have $100 in my pocket, but I owe the bank $50 for a loan, my net worth is $50. For a billionaire, they own many things: companies, buildings, houses, cars, stocks. We will explain stocks later. And all of this has a very, very high value.
And they probably don't owe much money, so their net worth is enormous. Okay, so now we know a billionaire is a person with a net worth of $1 billion, euros, etc. But Leo, can you even imagine 1 billion? It's a very, very big number.
It is almost impossible to imagine. Let's try. Let's think about time. 1 million seconds is about 11 and a half days. But 1 billion seconds, can you guess?
Oh, I know this one. 1 billion seconds is almost 32 years.
Yes, 31.7 years to be more exact. So the difference between a million and a billion is huge. It's the difference between 11 days and 32 years. A billionaire is 1,000 times richer than a millionaire.
It's a mind-blowing difference. Now, let's talk about how someone becomes a billionaire. This is a big question. People don't just find $1 billion on the street.
No, they do not. Usually, there are a few common ways. The first way is to start a very, very successful company. Think about people like Jeff Bezos, who started Amazon, or Elon Musk with Tesla and SpaceX, or Mark Zuckerberg with Facebook.
Right? They identified a need or a problem and created a business to solve it. Amazon started by selling books online, and now it sells everything. Facebook started for university students to connect, and now it's a global social network.
And the key here is that these companies became incredibly valuable. When a company is very successful, its value goes up. The person who started the company owns a large part of it, so their net worth becomes very high. Often, this value is in stocks or shares.
Let's explain stocks for a moment. When a company is big, it can decide to go public. This means it sells small pieces of ownership of the company to the public. These small pieces are called stocks or shares.
So if you buy a stock of Apple, you own a very, very small piece of the Apple company. The founders of a company own a lot of these stocks. When the company does well, the price of one stock goes up. So if you own many stocks, your net worth increases a lot.
So, for many modern billionaires, their wealth is not in cash, but in the stocks of the company they created. Another way to become a billionaire is through inheritance.
Yes, inheritance. This means you get money or property from your family after they die. For example, if your parents are billionaires and they pass away, you might inherit their wealth. The Walton family, who own Walmart, is an example. Or Bernard Arnault's family in France with the LVMH fashion group.
And a third way is through investment. Some people, like Warren Buffett, become billionaires by being very, very smart at investing their money. They buy stocks in other companies that they think will be successful, and when those companies grow, the value of their investments grows too.
So, to summarize, you can become a billionaire by 1. Creating a huge company, 2. Inheriting the money, or 3. Investing very wisely.
Now, Sophia, this is a big debate around the world. What do you think about billionaires? Is it a good thing that they exist?
That is the million-dollar question, or should I say the billion-dollar question. I have mixed feelings. Let's start with the positive side. I think there are some good arguments for why billionaires can be a positive force.
Okay, let's hear the positive side first. What are the pros?
First, innovation. Many billionaires become billionaires because they created something new and revolutionary. Think about Bill Gates and Microsoft. He helped put a personal computer in every home and office. That changed the world.
That's true. Their ideas and their drive to solve big problems can lead to new technologies, new medicines, and new ways of living. The smartphone, electric cars, space travel, these are often driven by extremely wealthy individuals and their companies.
And third, philanthropy.
Philanthropy. That's a great word. Can you explain it, Leo?
With pleasure. Philanthropy is the act of giving money and resources to help make life better for other people. It is charity, but often on a very large scale. Many billionaires are famous philanthropists.
For example, Bill Gates and his ex-wife Melinda have a huge foundation. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, they give billions of dollars to fight diseases like malaria and to improve education around the world.
Another example is Mackenzie Scott, the ex-wife of Jeff Bezos. She has given away billions of dollars to many different charities, universities, and organizations very quickly.
So the argument is that these individuals can use their massive wealth to solve problems that governments or smaller organizations cannot. They can take big risks for big rewards for society.
So those are some strong positive points: innovation, job creation, and philanthropy. But now we must talk about the other side of the coin. What are the criticisms? Why do many people think billionaires are a problem?
Yes, the cons. There are also many strong arguments here. The first one, and probably the biggest, is inequality.
Inequality means the unfair difference between groups of people. In this case, economic inequality, the difference between the rich and the poor.
Exactly. Critics say that it is not right for one person to have so much wealth when millions of people in the world are very poor, when they don't have enough food, clean water, or a safe place to live.
The numbers are shocking. Oxfam, a charity organization, often says that the world's richest few people have more wealth than the poorest half of the world's population. That's billions of people.
It can be difficult to understand that level of inequality. Another criticism is about taxes.
Ah, taxes. Taxes are the money that people and businesses must pay to the government. The government uses this money for public services like schools, hospitals, roads, and police.
The argument is that many billionaires and their companies do not pay a fair share of taxes. They use clever accountants and laws to pay very little tax. This means there is less money for public services that help everyone, especially the poor.
And this connects to another problem: political influence. Because billionaires have so much money, they can also have a lot of power. They can give money to political campaigns. They can lobby, which means they try to influence politicians to make laws that are good for their businesses.
So the worry is that a very small group of ultra-wealthy people have too much influence over how a country is run. This is a problem for democracy, where every person's vote should have equal power.
And finally, there is a moral question. Does any one person really deserve or earn that much money? Even if you create a great company, do you deserve 1,000 times more than the workers in that company? The workers also work very hard.
That's a deep philosophical question. Some people say yes, because the founder took all the risk. If the company failed, they would lose everything. But others say no, because the success of the company depends on the work of thousands of employees.
So, as you can see, it's a very complicated topic with no easy answers. Sophia, where do you stand on this? After thinking about the pros and cons, what is your personal opinion?
My personal opinion? Well, I don't think the world is a simple black and white place. It's gray. I admire the innovation and the creativity of many self-made billionaires. I think it's amazing what one person with a big idea can achieve.
Me too.
But I am very worried about the extreme inequality. I think it is bad for society. It can create social problems and anger. So for me, the problem is not necessarily the existence of billionaires, but the system that allows such extreme wealth to exist next to extreme poverty.
I agree with you. I think the solution is not to hate billionaires, but to create a better system. A system with fair taxes, where everyone pays their share. A system with strong laws that protect workers and the environment. And a system that encourages philanthropy and giving back.
Beautifully said, Leo. So, for our listeners, the key takeaway is that this is a topic you can have a conversation about. You can see both sides. You can say, on one hand, billionaires create jobs and new technology. On the other hand, the inequality is a big problem.
Exactly. And to help you with that conversation, let's go over some of the key vocabulary we used today. This is our vocabulary review section.
Great idea. Let's list the words.
And phrases. I have 1. Billionaire. A person with a net worth of 1 billion units of currency. 2. Currency. The money used in a country. Dollar, euro, yen. 3. Net worth. The total value of what you own minus what you owe. 4. Stock or share. A small piece of ownership in a company. 5. Inheritance. Money or property you receive from someone after they die. 6. Investment. using money to buy something, like stocks, hoping it will increase in value. 7. Innovation, creating new ideas, methods, or products. 8. Philanthropy, giving money to help other people. Charity on a large scale. 9. Inequality, the unfair difference between groups of people, especially in wealth. 10. Taxes, money paid to the government for public services.
Fantastic list. Listeners, try to use these words in your own sentences. It's the best way to learn.
And now, let's do a little speaking practice. We will say a few sentences slowly. You can repeat after us. This will help your pronunciation and fluency.
Okay, repeat after me. A billionaire has a lot of money. He started a successful company. She gives a lot of money to charity.
Good. Now a few more. Repeat after me. Economic inequality is a big problem. They pay a lot of taxes. Innovation is important for the future.
Excellent. We hope you practiced with us.
So, to finish our conversation, the topic of billionaires is not simple. It is a topic about money, power, innovation, and fairness. It is a topic that makes us think about the kind of world we want to live in.
Well said, Leo. We don't have all the answers, but we hope this conversation helped you understand the topic better and, more importantly, learn some new English words and phrases.
Yes. Thank you so much for listening to MotiveX English. If you like this episode, please share it with a friend who is also learning English.
And don't forget to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite app, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, so you never miss an episode.
We would love to hear from you. What is your opinion about billionaires? Do you think they're a good thing or a bad thing? You can send us a message on our social media channels.
Until next time, keep practicing, keep learning, and keep curious about the world. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.